Hello, this is a very short video to tell you what we did in class because we mostly talked. So first we asked these questions. How often do you get takeaway pizza, for example? And you had to answer never, hardly ever, usually, often, always, sometimes, once a week, 2 or 3 times a week, every day, every week. One of these, yeah? If you said never and you wanted to say the full sentence, you would say, I never get takeaway pizza. I hardly ever get takeaway pizza. I usually get takeaway pizza. I often get takeaway pizza. Or I always get takeaway pizza. I sometimes get takeaway pizza. Because these adverbs go before the verb, a normal verb, after the verb to be, but before a normal verb. And these three expressions go after, at the end of the sentence. So you would say, I get takeaway pizza every day. I get takeaway pizza every week. I get takeaway pizza 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah. So we had, how often do you get takeaway pizza? How often do you buy new clothes? How often are you in a hurry? How often do you watch TV at lunchtime? How often are you tired in the morning? How often do you have a bath? How often are you stressed? How often do you do exercise? How often do you have dinner in a restaurant? How often do you eat fruit? How often do you have breakfast in bed? How often do you cook for your friends? How often are you hungry between meals? How often do you watch films in English? How often do you sleep 10 hours at night? How often do you walk to class? How often do you get up early on Sundays? And how often do you have eggs for breakfast? That's the end. And you had to answer, I never buy new clothes, or I buy new clothes 2 or 3 times a week, a month, once a week. How often, for example, how often do you do exercise every day? How often do you watch films in English? Always. I always watch films in English, or I never watch films in English, etc. Yeah. And then this one was, can you or can't you? Things you can do, que puedes hacer, que pots fer. Things you can't do, que no pots fer. Can you say 3 things you can do online? Can you say the days of the week in 10 seconds? Can you sleep in a bus or a plane, or can you sleep with the light on? Can you play chess or the violin or volleyball? Chess, ajedrez. Can you say hello in 5 languages? Can you say 3 things you can do with your mobile? Can you say 3 things you can't do in a library? Can you sing a song in your language, or a song in English? Can you say 3 things you have in your wallet, cartera, wallet? Can you swim 2 kilometers? Can you drive a car? Can you drive a motorbike? Can you remember the phone numbers of 3 people in your family? Can you spell these numbers correctly? 8, 15, 30, like THIRTY, yeah? Can you say 3 places where you can use your mobile phone? Can you spell your name and address in English? I'll see LUCIA, for example. Can you remember the opposites of these adjectives? The opposite: full, empty, strong, weak, dangerous, safe. Can you draw a map of your country? Can you make spaghetti? Can you run 1 kilometer or 10 kilometers? And can you count down from 20 to 1 in 10 seconds? And that's we discussed this. We talked about this. And we answered these questions. Yeah. And then the last thing we did was, remember, we watched this video about Okinawa on Monday. It was on Monday, and this was an island in Japan where people are very live a long life, and they have their, okay, so we answered these questions. The island of Okinawa is the north of Japan. No, it's in the south of Japan. I think southwest or southeast. 70-year-old Okinawans have the bodies of 50-year-olds. That was true. Harakhachi means stop eating before you're full. I think this was true. Well, let's see. Yeah, it was true. The Okinawans don't eat meat or fish. That's false, but they eat a little fish. They eat a lot of seaweed. That's true. They do yoga every day. That's false. They did martial arts or Tai Chi. The Okinawans are often in a hurry. That's false. They're not in a hurry at all. And when Okinawans reach 100, they have a ceremony called Kajimaya. No, when they reach 97. 97. And if you correct the false ones, the island of Okinawa is in the south of Japan. They eat fish. They do Tai Chi or martial arts every day. They are never in a hurry. When they reach 97, they have a ceremony called Kajimaya. Yeah. And then we read other two texts about one of these places where people live a long life. So here, Ikaria. I'm going to answer the questions instead of reading. So where is Ikaria? Ikaria is a small Greek island near the coast of Turkey. The people eat and drink in Ikaria. Well, they eat a lot of beans, potatoes, and green vegetables. They sometimes eat fish, but they hardly ever eat red meat or sugar. And they drink a lot of herbal tea and some red wine. What exercise do? They do a lot of exercise, but they never go to the gym. They work in their gardens and they walk everywhere. What do they do after lunch? They have a siesta. In English, siesta is nap, but anyway. Is Ikaria a safe place? How do you know? It is a very safe place because the police station is close. People say they don't need police. Yeah? Do they have a good social life? Yes, they have a good social life. What examples does the article give? The island is famous for its tradition of panagiria or festivals. Yeah, so people go to these festivals and eat, drink, and dance all night. What do people call the island? The people call the island the island where people forget to die. And then there's another text about Nicoya. Nicoya is in Costa Rica. Where is Nicoya? In the northwest of Costa Rica, near the border with Nicaragua. What do people there do? They're farmers. Most people are farmers. What do they eat and drink? They eat small meals, beans, rice, sweet potatoes, sometimes a little meat, an egg, or some cheese. Also unusual fruits like the marañón. They drink a lot of water. What exercise do? They work outside, they walk everywhere, or they ride horses. When do they get up and go to bed? They go to bed when it's dark and they get up when it's light. How long do they sleep? They sleep, well, usually 8 hours a night. And what is a plan de vida? How does it make a difference to their lives? So here, a plan de vida means a reason to get up every morning, whether it may be work or family. And it's what makes even people who are 100 still feel necessary. Yeah. And that's everything we did because we talked a lot. We didn't read this. Yeah. But that's it. See you on Monday for the last class. Bye.